Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Be seeing you.
Voice protagonists in RPGs are pretty controversial, especially in certain Bethesda titles. You know who you are. Some people don't like it, and other people, well, I don't know if anyone does like it. Regardless of your personal preference, they both have their own places when they should and shouldn't be used. Starting with the silent protagonist. The silent protagonist is great for RPGs with custom characters. You can imagine what your character sounds like in your head instead of a set voice that interrupts that. Back in the classic days when RPGs like Morrowind and even earlier games had just spawned from tabletop games like D&D, the games were pretty silent, and you had to read, like a lot. Over time, RPGs evolved to be more lively and include voice actors. Let's take Fallout for example. The first game had some voice acting. If you didn't already shit your pants from those ungodly faces, some NPCs you would talk to would say their lines of dialogue, while others without the faces weren't voice acted. Another example of a semi-voice acted game would be Stalker. The NPC would say a couple lines of dialogue and make you read the rest. Now fast forward to Fallout 3. Most would say it's Bethesda's best Fallout entry. Fallout 3 featured full voice acting and, most important of all, Qui-Gon Jinn. But then Bethesda took it one step too far. The voiced protagonist. Yes, it is time. It's time for Fallout 4, a game that many believe to be the start of Bethesda's downfall. But we all truly know that their true downfall began in 1994.
What? What the fuck?
The voice protagonist in Fallout 4 really did us dirty because a voice protagonist should rarely be used in a game where you customize your character. A game that you should have a voice protagonist in has a set character name and no customization, like in Red Dead Redemption. It is not as invasive because you didn't create that character and you're just kind of along for the ride. Story-based games do great in this. It's time we address the elephant in the room: BioWare. It's sad to see that a company that made one of the best RPGs of all time would succumb to the voiced protagonist. The extremely vague dialogue wheel that paraphrases what you choose was unbearable to me. Especially after the Outer Worlds, Obsidian has BioWare and Bethesda by the balls. Obsidian has made better RPGs and franchises of Bethesda and BioWare. Avowed, I expect, will definitely kick ass in the RPG field, and if Todd doesn't pick up his game with Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, then Obsidian will wipe the floor with him.